First of all, congratulations. It's a great gig to land on the BBC.
Yes.
How did that opportunity present itself? How did that come about?
So I'm a property investor and I'm also a property consultant. And I help people to buy properties across the whole country. I work with a lot of home buyers and I work with investors. So last year, one of my goals last year was to buy some properties and add them to my own portfolio. And obviously I work with quite a lot of agents across the country and bought this property from an auction and know the agent quite well. And then all of a sudden, I think I was about to go on holiday, I think my 11-year anniversary. And bought the property. Then I got an email. Got an email from the agent, the manager of the estate agent saying, "Would you like to feature on Homes Under the Hammer?" And I thought, wow. And I thought, wow, amazing. Because at the beginning of the year, Alex, I set a goal that this year, 2023, I would like to be on TV just to really show people what we do because we are adding value to so many people's lives in the country. So when I got an email, I said, brilliant, yes. So they contacted me and then connected me with the producers and they spoke to me. They interviewed me. We had 2-part interview and they said, you know what, we love what you do. We love the fact that you're actually helping people become homeowners in the country and you're working with investors. And they said, yes, let's book it in. So they booked it in, and then I finally got to meet Dion. I met Dion Dublin. Fantastic guy, absolutely wonderful. And I think what did it for me was they just said to me, you know what, based on what you've done, you're a natural for TV. We didn't have to do so many takes. So they said to me, usually a lot of the time when they do the show, what you guys don't see behind the scenes is that they have to do so many takes. Yeah. But because of my skill, I've done performing arts in the past. I did drama and I've done dance, and I speak quite a lot in a different environment. So it was quite easy. It was smooth. I told them what I was going to do with the property, and I was turning a 1-bed back into a 2-bed, which amazingly the tenant just moved in a few weeks ago, which is brilliant. So yeah, it was such an amazing opportunity to be featured on the show that I've been watching since 2003. And yeah. I've always wanted to be on that show. So the fact that I was featured in it was so brilliant. And what I got from that was the producer said to me that they wouldn't mind having me on the show at least another 2 times because they liked how they worked with me. I'm good with the cameras. The chemistry was there, and they also love what I'm doing. So yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, you mentioned Dion Dublin because I'm a bit of a football fan as well, and I remember when he was first announced as a Homes Under the Hammer host there, everybody was just a bit like, that's an odd mix. But yeah, he's done over 200 episodes and he knows what he's talking about.
He does.
So what was it like working with him? I know you said he's a fantastic guy, but were you surprised with his level of expertise and enthusiasm?
Because I've watched him on TV. When you watch someone on TV and you think, this is a footballer I watched when I was younger. This is the guy I watched when I was quite young. And his knowledge is incredible. He knows what he's doing. And you can tell, he's also an investor himself. You can tell he's actually invested in property himself. So he's beyond the presenter. I mean, he knows about properties himself. So there's a level of experience in there, which makes it quite easy. Because if you are a presenter in that show and you know a lot about property, it comes out. First of all, he's a natural. He's very relaxed. He makes you very relaxed on set. It honestly makes you very relaxed. And he just comes in and goes straight at it. For him, there wasn't a lot of takes for him because he knows about, when I told him what I was going to do, that meant, that wasn't a surprise. I want to knock off a wall, in the front room. So I was like, so he knew how that would pan out. But yeah, he knows a lot about property and very, 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 very educated, about the property industry. So yeah, kudos to him.
Like I said, he's done over 200 episodes, so he's clearly doing something right, isn't he?
Correct.
Did you get a chance to meet any of the other guys?
No, it was. I didn't get a chance to meet anyone else. It was just Dion, and I'm glad I met him because obviously I think going back because I'm a football fan myself, and
Yeah,
meeting a footballer who you watch while you're quite lit, a bit younger, and just seeing him do something completely different from from football. It was amazing. So yeah, I didn't get to meet the other guys. I would have loved to, but meeting Dion, I think yeah, that was very key, and I think there was a good reception from that because it was on my social media, and my goodness me, even up to I think 2 weeks ago, I'm still getting messages. When is your episode coming out? And I was at a stage and asked me again today, how was Dion? What was it like? And it's so amazing. What I've noticed, a lot of people connect with him. Honestly, I was
yeah,
asked on LinkedIn, who do you support? Do you support, and I thought, wow. So people do connect with him, and like you said, because he's done so many episodes, people can really relate to him and his style. So yeah, it was brilliant to work with, but hopefully I get to meet other guys in the show.
yeah. Fingers crossed. And you said you've been a fan of the show for so long. It's been on the air for so long.
So 2003.
Yeah, 2 decades. Like,
Yes.
why do you think these sort of property shows last so long on TV and we as viewers love to watch them?
I think there's a desire in people to want to get involved in property because also that is the number one need of a human being, shelter. So people are fascinated to see the transition and the transformation of taking a property that's dilapidated and turning it around. Normally, when you're buying a property, you don't see that part on, you don't really see how they've bought it. When they bought it, it wasn't in a good condition. And then after that, they then do the refurb and then you just buy or you rent it. But I think viewers across the country are fascinated about the show, just like myself, because I think we can relate. Because when you watch it, you're thinking, oh, would I have done that to that room? Or would I have moved this kitchen downstairs or this side of the part of the house? Would I move my bathroom? You kind of like go in that journey, you see, with the people doing in the show. And I think the way the presenters come across, it kind of like make you want to find out, oh, I wonder what they're gonna do. Will it work out? Will they go over budget? Do you know what I mean? Would they get let down by the builders? And some people have refurbished that property over the years. So for them to now see this on TV, they can relate. I think it's such a relatable show that every single person, including kids, can be fascinated with. And I think that's why they will continue to go on for such a long time because there's so many stories about some properties that you never thought would come back alive, and people have literally been able to turn them around. And I think that's what the nation are quite happy to see because people are fascinated about property and they just want to see what are you going to do with it and will
Yeah,
it work?
and it's like property's literally got its own channels. I mean, you've got Grand Designs, all of these sort of shows. I know do you know Scarlett Douglas and her brother?
Correct? Yes.
Yeah, they got their show. I really like their show where it's
Yes.
Worst House on the Street. I really like that
That's
one.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a brilliant one. Just going back to Homes Under Hammer and the presenters. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's been quite a bit of talk. Tommy Walsh is sadly leaving and
Of
being
course, with lung
replaced.
cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, and being replaced by Owain Wyn Hughes, I think his name is. I
Mhm.
just wanted to get your thoughts on seeing like a stalwart, a legend like Tommy Walsh when he's being put aside on a show like this.
He's done a fantastic job. I mean, everyone comes with their own personality, and I think that's why the show is so good because you have Dion, you've got Tommy, and they all have their own way of doing things. And people again, because people can relate to them, and it's also it's a loved show. And I think when you've watched it over time, you watch it every single day. It's on Monday to Friday. So you can imagine when you're home on your day off, you want to watch something about property, you go on, BBC Homes and a Hammer. And it's just unfortunately that he's leaving and he's also, he's been replaced. And obviously we have to respect that. And he's a family man himself, he's a human being. And that was his decision to come off the show so he can, take time off to one, work on his own health and on his own well-being. But I do know that he will be missed, definitely, because of his personality in the show, how he presents, how he relates, how he talks about the property. You can tell there's passion there. These are not guys just coming on the show, going on coming on TV just to show you this is a house that is dilapidated, it needs a lot of work, and let's see what they're going to do about it. They're actually invested in the show. They care about people, and I got that from Dion. He really, off the camera, he's talking to you, like really interested in you as a person. And I think that's what people. Obviously, you don't really see that side when they talk when you're off the camera, but these guys do care. They love what they do, and I honestly I wish Tommy all the best, and I hope things turn around. And if there's an opportunity for him to come back, I'm sure definitely viewers would like to see him again, doing something like this. So yeah, definitely all the best to him, but he will be missed.
Yeah, I remember way back to being a youngster watching Garden Force with him and Alan Titchmarsh. Like he's just been such a familiar presence on screens for so long, and
Correct.
yeah, such an expert. Yeah, I think you're right. He'll just be very sadly missed, very sadly missed. Um,
Correct.
but what about looking forward then? What about you? Were there any other TV projects that you've got your eye on that you would love to be involved in? Are there any is there the dream show that you've seen besides Homes Under the Hammer, of course,
Yeah,
that
of
you've
course.
got your eye on?
Well, funny enough, you asked me that question. While I was doing Homes Under the Hammer, I started speaking to the guys, off camera, and I said, you know what, I would also like to have a TV show myself. It's a dream, and I think I had a dream of being on the show years ago, and finding that has become a reality. So there are other TV shows out there that I love, but I think one show that I would love to see is one that I would love to be part of. And the reason why I'm saying that is because what I do is it's so personal to me, helping people make one of the biggest decisions they'll ever make in their life and buying one of the most expensive assets they'll ever purchase. And that's their home. So I'm helping people buy, buy property that they can then turn into a home. And I'm also helping, buy an investment property so they can leave that as a legacy for their family. So it'd be great to see something like that out there where you actually get to see the journey of the purchase. Because the other shows are great, you see all the great things about it, but there's nothing out there at the moment that actually shows you this is, this is this person. I'll give you a good example. I've just helped a client who couldn't get a mortgage for years. I'm talking about 6 year plus. And they met me, just about 2 months ago. And they said, Moses, we would like to move from our current home into another home. The home, we need a bigger home. I've got two properties already, and they've just been struggling. And so this is not a first time buyer. They've just been struggling. And beginning of 2023, they applied for a mortgage, but it didn't go through. And I said, well, this is what we do as a company. This is what my company does. And I started working with this client, and I can tell they were still, they couldn't believe it, because when you've been let down so much, sometimes you think, will it work? And within a month or so, myself and my team were able to secure her a mortgage, and now we just got them a beautiful home in Kent that the son and the daughter love. They love it so much, and that is a show that I love to see. Just that moment where someone, they thought it was impossible, and then all of a sudden they're becoming a homeowner. And we've just helped another client, believe you me, Alex, just yesterday, literally yesterday, we just secured them a new home. And it just, the joy of seeing that happen, that feeling of you getting your first home, or moving into your dream home, or securing your first investment property, we get to see that journey. But I think it'll be great for the nation to see that journey as well.
I think you're actually onto something now. I have to agree because I'm a homeowner myself, and I remember that they're right when they say it's the most stressful experience of your life.
Yeah.
But you don't really actually see the hardships of the admin that goes in and the
Yes.
mortgage and things and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
think that's a very good point. And a lot of our readers are obviously very invested in property, love property. So I was keen to hear from you in 2024.
Yeah.
And I know that it's not really a soundbite, but what advice can you give to like first time buyers or people wanting to go explore their options in the property market this year amid
Yeah.
so much velocity in the interest rates in the property market as it stands?
Yeah. The first thing is an advice that I give to all my clients. You must have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you will go in there blind. And the reason why the plan is so important is you have to ask yourself, where am I right now? You know, why do I want to buy a home? What kind of home do I want to buy? What are my finances like? You know, and these are things that sometimes people overlook because buying a property involves a lot of emotions. People actually get quite emotional about it, and sometimes they miss out on the little details. So it is important that people think, what is my plan? If we're going to buy a property, what is our finances like? What are my credit report like? And sometimes, yes, there's a lot of information out there. You can read all the information online and go on YouTube and go on the internet. But when it comes to actually doing it, first thing first, set a goal. We want to buy a property this year. Okay, what do we have in our bank? What's our finances like? Where do we want to move to, location wise? And once you have that framework, you can now speak to a professional. Speak to a mortgage broker. Let them check out, your current financial situation. What's my maximum affordability? What can I afford? And these are steps people need to take, but it always starts with a plan. If you have a plan, Alex, it makes it easy for you to navigate the entire process of owning a home. So, because when you sort your finances, and then because interest right now are quite high, but the good thing about what we do with our clients is we always ensure you purchase a property that you can afford, be it a first home or an investment home. So I'll give you a good example. All our clients who've been working with us since 2021, when interest rate, obviously we had 0.101%, which we never thought we'd see. And all of a sudden it went up to 3. But all our clients who we've helped in the last 2 years during the interest rate increase, every single one of our clients have peace of mind. And the reason why they do that is because we set a plan with them. They're working with a professional like us. We can tell them these are the things you have to put in place first before you go out there to find a property. The mistake a lot of people do is they want to buy a property, they start looking at Rightmove or they go on Zoom. That's it. They start looking at Rightmove. Okay, we're going to move. We've had clients who, we go on Rightmove and they look for areas in London, knowing that your income can't even afford that area. So rather than go on Rightmove or Zoopla, first of all, have a plan. Let's put things in place. Sometimes people need 6 months to a year to just sort out their credit file, and that's what we do. So we take people from stage one. What we do is we get you to set a plan, and then we work with you on your credit file, and then we work with you on your finances. And once we ensure that you can get a mortgage, we then work with you to look at the areas that you can afford. And then we go out there and help you find the property. So you don't get to book anything. We go out there to help you find the property. You do the viewings, and then we negotiate on your behalf. We assign you a solicitor. So literally, with us, is a one-stop shop. So you don't have to go out there reading reviews about this mortgage broker or this solicitor or this accountant. Every single thing is in one place with us. So we clean you up, get you ready, and then we take you out. So the client that we got a property yesterday, we only started working with them last year, December, just last month. But because we were able to put a plan in place, sorted their finances so they know they don't have to go over budget, we got them a pre-approved mortgage. They only viewed about 4 houses. They viewed 4 houses and we secured them a property. So if you were thinking of buying a property in 2024, I would say start with a plan, look at your finances, look at how much you can afford, and then think about the future. Don't overstretch yourself. If interest rate was to go up again, will I be okay? If interest rate went from 5.25% to 6%, will I be okay? And it's something we do with all our clients. So the fact that we had clients who we helped about 2-3 years ago, interest rate has gone up, but guess what, Alex? They're still okay because we make sure we got them the right property at the right price and is within their budget.
I think that's the sad thing, really. I think I purchased my property when it was really low within those points. And so did a few friends. But when it comes to remortgaging, being so unprepared for that rise
Yeah.
is very daunting, and
Yeah.
it's sad. It's sad, but it's like you say, and I think it's very important to strike that balance between excitement and reality. Of,
Correct.
you want to. Most people, especially I remember when I was a first time buyer, you want to just get on Rightmove and Zoopla and see. But yeah, I think you make some very valid points, and I'll take that on board actually
Yeah.
myself. So it's been helpful for me. And
Good.
then just finally, do we know when your episode is going out for Homes Under the Hammer yet?
They did speak to me about 2 weeks ago, just after Christmas. It does take a few months for it to be aired, but they have said to me that they will let me know before the episode comes out. So hopefully, I mean, because I've got tons of people waiting and still asking me questions. Even my daughters are so excited. My daughters kept saying to me, "Daddy, I can't wait to see you on TV. I can't wait to see you on TV." But they will let me know. So I don't have a specific date yet.
That's
But
cool.
as soon as we know the date, we'll let quite a few people know. I mean, we'll probably put it out there on our social media, but we'll let quite a lot of people know about it because I'm also looking forward to it myself. But it
Yeah,
should be any time, but probably in a few months' time because obviously they've got other episodes to bring up first before my one.
yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And just finally for yourself, what other projects or work related things have you got in the pipeline that you're keen for people to know about?
So one thing that's quite close to my heart is I mean, for me, I get involved in kind of like volunteer works myself, so not just property. So at the moment, I'm going on a mission trip to Rwanda in August. I'm going there for 9 days to support the community to help. I'm going to my local church, so we're going out there to kind of like support. There's orphanages out there. There's people who, they don't have the life that you have, and sometimes just you coming out of your life and just going over there and to support them and help them, it means a lot to them. So I'm doing that. I'm also working. I'm also a volunteer for prison. So one of the prisons in Southeast London, I go in there. I'm part of an organization where we go in every single month to support the men and the women in prison. This is just our way of just giving back and showing people that you care. One thing that I've learned is that the world needs love. No matter what we do, no matter what's happening, because I mean, the times that we're in right now is so different from the last 20 years, with the cost of living going up and interest rates and the economy, election coming up. But I think regardless of what we do, we must understand that if there's love out there, people will have a great time and it's slightly easier. So those are some of the projects I'm working on, and I have got quite a lot. We have got quite a lot of people right now who are constantly asking us for more help. We are seeing more second-time buyers come up to us saying we want to buy a home and we need your support. And we're getting lots of investors coming up to us saying we need property. So, and we're having estate agents approach us saying, help us out because we made the process quite easy. So it's a very, very busy year, I must say, Alex, for us. And I'm also purchasing myself. So while Homes and Hammer was going on, I then bought another property, which the refurbishment just started, just a few weeks ago. So that's another project in the pipeline for myself. And yeah, so there's quite a lot out there to do. And also one of the key thing for me this year is and our business is growing. We're having more consultants in the business. But one thing I want to focus on this year is more awareness. Let people know. Because when people get to know about us, they always say things like, Mose, I wish I knew you when I was buying my first house. I wouldn't have gone through that stress, or I wish I knew when I bought my first investment property. So the key thing for me this year is to really raise the awareness, let more people know about what we do and how we can be of significant help to them. Because the key is to take the stress out of purchasing a property here in the UK. And we are starting to work with international clients ourselves who they just don't want the stress. They've recently someone in Dubai recommended our service to someone in another country, and we already secured a home for that client. And now obviously they've now spoken to their colleagues about us. So we had literally another client, from another country, wanted a brand new home in the UK, and he just said to me, "This is my flight time. This is when I'm coming to the country. This is just last year. Can you work with my time?" And we got them a property because of the caliber of who they are. We were able to find them a property in a private area beautiful home, absolutely beautiful home. So it's been a busy year of people wanting to know more about what we do, but at the same time, we want to raise more awareness and show people how to buy property the right way.
It's commendable, mate, and I wish you the very best of luck with all of that. It's great to
Thank you.
hear.